Thank you very much for joining us in, and we promise you for an excellent day, superly knowledge packed, well worth of your time. That's a promise we have. It's my job as the anchor to the event to ensure that today, the entire day that we spend together is extremely well curated and, of course, very productive for each one of you. My name is Kanish Parmar, and my co-host.
My name is Simran Chaudhary, and we are thrilled to be your host for this landmark gathering. Beat 2025, the National Cardiovascular Summit and Awards, proudly brought to you by Voice of Healthcare. But let me tell you, this isn't just another conference. Beat 2025 is a movement.
You see, this is a movement. Why we call this so? Because this is a gathering of young minds. It's a gathering of cardiologists. It's a gathering of industry specialists. It's the gathering of people who truly have their hand on the pulse. So this is going to be an incredible one.
Definitely. And this aims to protect the heart of India because let's face, heart disease today is more than just a medical issue. It is a national concern. And Kanishk, do you know that Indians are experiencing heart attack 10 years earlier than most Western countries? And 1 in 3 adults of over 30 has hypertension in our country.
My God. And most importantly, many of us are probably not addressing it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a gap that we are going to be filling today. So it is incredibly important that each one of us is well aware of what we are going to be talking and taking further from here.
Sure. So this complete day is packed with innovation in cardiac care, AI in diagnostic breakthroughs, public health strategies, and very much thought-provoking discussions on how to build a heart-healthy India. But before we proceed, it's time to thank our partners. Without them, this Beat 2025 would not be possible. So a huge thank you to our powered by partner, Narayana Health.
We, of course, request you to put in your hands together for our associate partner, India Hypertension Control Initiative, for the session partner, Novartis, Novo Nordisk, Bristol Myers Squibb,
Industry partner, Polymedicure. Exhibit partners, Altus Airflow, Medikarma.
And our academic partner, Jamia Hamdard University. Could we give a round of applause to everybody, please? Thank you very much.
And now, to officially dive into the day, let's take a moment to reflect on the heartbeat behind it all. The story of Voice of Healthcare, from sparking important conversation to building future-ready patient-first healthcare ecosystem. Voice of Healthcare continues to build the voice that unites India's healthcare community. So let's turn our attention to screen for a short video that captures the mission, milestone, and heartbeat of Voice of Healthcare.
I think that deserves a round of applause. What a powerful work Voice of Healthcare is doing to be a true voice of the entire healthcare fraternity put together. But I think this is the perfect opportunity for us to begin today's event with a little traditional touch and a lamp lighting ceremony. It is our pleasure to invite extremely glorified dignitaries that we are wishing to invite on stage for the lamp lighting ceremony to begin with today.
I would like to invite Dr. Naveen Nishchal for lamp lighting, Dr. Naresh Trehan, Dr. Sandeep Bansal, Dr. Tina Rawal, Dr. Ganesh Kumar, Mr. Sudhir Malhotra.
This lamp lighting ceremony is truly a symbol of knowledge, purity, a new beginning. And of course, it is a moment for us to celebrate the spirit of Voice of Healthcare as we get together to bring in a very pure message to all of us. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. We can always give in a round of applause whenever we wish to. You see, applauding is also great for our heart health, right? I mean, it gives us more energy, it gives it a little blood pressure. So please do not refrain yourself from doing this. We want to make this a little more merrier as well today. So with this, let's get going.
Yes, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to set the heart for this summit in motion. To open today's proceeding, we have the visionary who dreamt Beat into being a healthcare reformist, an entrepreneur, and a change maker whose ideas continue to shape India's medical future. Please put your hands together and join me in welcoming Dr. Naveen Nishchal, founder, Voice of Healthcare, and co-founder, Cygnus Hospital and Metadoxper, to deliver the opening address at Beat 2025.
Thank you very much, Kanishk and Simran. Respected Dr. Trehan, Dr. Naresh Trehan, Dr. Ganesh Kumar, Dr. Sandeep Bansal, Dr. Tina Rawal, all cardiologists, surgeons, researchers, policymakers, industry leaders, and friends. A very warm welcome on behalf of Voice of Healthcare for BEAT 2025 National Cardiovascular Summit and Awards. We are here because the number one killer of our time is not a virus or a rare disorder. It is a cardiovascular disease. It steals lives quietly, often suddenly, and it affects every family, every city, every village. Heart attacks in 30s and 40s are very common these days. If I speak about total cardiovascular disease burden of the country, it's huge. I believe more than 6 crore, 60 million people are living with CVD in our country. And every year, more than 30 lakhs people die because of cardiovascular diseases. Are we able to save each and every patient suffering with myocardial infarction? Even if a doctor sitting in tier 2, tier 3 town or a smaller town makes the right diagnosis of ST elevation MI, can we save myocardium of that patient? No, we can't save those patients. Even today, a lot of patients, they are traveling from smaller towns to larger cities for angiography, angioplasty, all sort of cardiac procedures. India is a very large country. We have around 750 district towns and 7,000 small towns. How many district towns have functional cath lab in India out of 750? Not more than 250 towns. And there are 500 cities, district towns, and then smaller towns, more than 5,000 smaller towns, where doctors are making right diagnosis of myocardial infarction. And every time they see an ECG, they refer those patients to larger cities like Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata. So we have to work on two fronts. Number one is we have to focus on preventive measures, right from lifestyle changes, nutrition, exercise, etc. And now we are living in the era of artificial intelligence. We have genomics, precision medicine. We can adopt these techniques to help prevent cardiac diseases. Secondly, I believe that we have to heavily invest in capacity building, especially in district towns, smaller towns, where there is no cath lab. During my entrepreneurial journey, I set up 10 hospitals and I set up 8 cath labs in different cities of this country. I think together we have to make a mission where we can work around accessibility, affordability, and quality of cardiac care. Today, we have with us everyone who can make a real difference, from policymakers to doctors to academicians and public health experts. With this summit, I urge all of you to collaborate and help in building capacities to treat increasing CVD burden and educate general population in prevention. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nishchal, for truly setting the tone. It is, of course, a synopsis of what to expect during the day. But now, let us kickstart, ladies and gentlemen. And as we start, we want to bring in the first highlight of the day for all of you right here. The man that I'm inviting on stage is not just a visionary surgeon. He's almost an institution in himself, and he's also a builder of these institutions. He's one of India's biggest medical icons, if I could safely say that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure as I invite on stage Dr. Naresh Trehan, Chairman and Managing Director for Medanta, the Medicity, as a very, very special guest speaker for the day. And thank you very much, sir, for taking out time from your extremely busy schedule, which we're all aware of, and being here with us. All right. So, yeah, so we'll if I could also now invite Dr. Naveen Nishchal to please join us for an extremely powerful fireside chat with Dr. Trehan, ladies and gentlemen. And we are sure that this conversation is going to be the highlight of the day that each one of you is looking forward to and waiting. So, Dr. Nishchal, if I could please invite you to join in as well.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Good, now that I'm here. But I was woken up by a very rude shock this morning. 7 o'clock, a very close friend of mine who was running the marathon.
Yeah, this
There's
morning,
half
marathon is happening, yeah.
10 yards from finish line, he collapsed.
Oh my God.
Cardiac arrest. Fortunately, the stadium had a resuscitation facility. We moved him to a hospital. Actually, I'm just coming from there. So he had a very, may have ruptured a plaque or has a critical lesion in his LAD and then had a massive heart attack. So hopefully he'll get better. Anyway, so I'm saying it is just relevant to today's discussion that this happened right this morning.
Yeah.
And healthy, he's just been to, scaled Kailash mountain, did hold the parikrama twice. last year. So
My God.
that's how hidden this disease is.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he'd gotten a checkup or not gotten a checkup before the marathon, but many times it doesn't show up. So you have to be careful.
Yeah. So I believe that awareness is something which is very important, and a lot of time we don't go for general checkups as well. So as a doctor, you are helping every morning, every night. So Dr. Naresh Trehan, he doesn't need any introduction. He's a visionary healthcare leader. He not only created impact in cardiac care, I would say, but entire healthcare ecosystem in India. I think it is impossible to calculate the magnitude of impact he has created and lives he has touched. Please give him a big round of applause. Sir, it's an honor to have you here with this fireside session with you. Thank you very much for joining this conference. Thanks a lot.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
So I'm a lesser known face here. I will quickly introduce myself. I am a doctor by training. I did my MBBS way back in 1998. I did my post-graduation in general medicine way back in 2004. And I'm a serial entrepreneur. I built a hospital chain for tier 2, tier 3 towns of India, Cygnus hospitals. I exited in 2019 after building 10 hospitals. And post that, I ventured into health tech startup. And now I'm building another platform, Voice of Healthcare. And we are making it world's largest communication platform for healthcare community. So that's quickly about me. So sir, for this fireside session, we have two parts. First round is a broader round, and second is a rapid fire round. We will keep it little easy and light. So my first question to you is that you moved back to India in 1988, right? So you had a settled life in the US. You were doing well. And I believe that you democratized cardiac care in India. And I cannot imagine the kind of care now available in India without you being in the picture. So what made you decide to come back to India during that time?
So Naveen, let's start from a step before that. I was at King George's Medical College in Lucknow, one of the finest institutions. And my desire to go to America, or awareness, arose out of frustration. The frustration came from, as students, we had 4-hour duty by a patient's bedside in whom we knew had mitral stenosis, that was clear, had developed ascites, and then what we were doing to actually re-infuse the acidic fluid into the internal jugular vein by way of a small hand pump, and our duty was to rotate the pump for 4 hours so that trickle by trickle the protein would go back into the blood. That is how we spent our nights. Okay. Did little research, found that there was already treatment starting for mitral stenosis. There were surgeries, although the mortality was more than 50% at that time, but the process has started.
Correct.
So that's when I said that if this is the kind of medicine we are practicing, where we know what it is, we know what needs to be done, and we are totally capable today to do it, then it's be good to go train and then come back to India. So the thought was from very beginning. It's not like a new thought while I was there. It got reinforced. So I trained for 7 years at New York University in New York. Then they asked me to stay on to the faculty. So I was teaching, practicing, all those things were happening. So that's different. But when I came into practice, every year, incrementally, from 50 to 150, 200 patients who would come from India to New York for me to operate on them, because nobody was doing coronary bypass surgery at that time in India.
Right.
So, and we are the first generation of bypass surgeons. So each one of them had the same thing. I was acutely aware it used to cost them $50,000 in those days. And they kept saying for each one of us, it's such a big thing moving our whole family there, staying there for 3-4 weeks and then coming back. It was quite an ordeal. So they always said, for us, of course, we have been able to be fortunate that we could afford it, but there are thousands in India who can't, and I was acutely aware of it. So actually the process started many years before I finally came to come back to India. Because one thing that I understood was that to be able to succeed and do something in India, you did not just want to come yourself and start operating, but you needed the whole ecosystem.
Correct, right.
So that's how the history of Escorts Heart Institute, that luck came in many forms, but the determination was there forever.
Right.
So all these things put together, we inaugurated it in 1988 when I returned, and some of the colleagues are still with us. And so this is a 36-year journey now. But it shows two things to me.
Yeah.
One, that the Indian brain, and I still believe it, that we have a better brain than anybody in the world.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. Yeah.
I could kick the behind of every American surgeon who was competing with us, because we started at 32. Every year, half of us would be eliminated and only 2 of us will make heart surgeons. So I know that whole system. But unfortunately, the ecosystem and the environmental and cultural thinking is such that we actually put ourselves backwards. We don't need to be. We are superior. We do so many things which are much better than anybody else in the world, but we don't get to the end product.
Right.
70%, 80% of IT is created in India.
Exactly.
We are very happy being the pharmacy to the world as generics. Why are we still in generics for the last 40 years? Why cannot we move up the value chain?
Right.
So this is limitation of our thinking, our environment, our ecosystem. And I was just talking to Dr. Ganesh just now, and I'm saying ICMR may be an opportunity to create a brain bank which takes India, at least in our field, to another level and another level, like we did in telecom.
Exactly.
It took one man
Yeah.
to actually leapfrog from landline to digital. Now, I mean, the whole transformation is taking place. So now you know that we never invested in landlines as much as we would have, which other countries were forced to. And we went to cell phones right away.
Exactly. I totally.
And we are now planning G6.
Yeah.
So there is a huge thing that one man, Sam Petroda, thought of it, created the concept. The rest, everybody else helped, of course, but I'm saying we can do that in all the fields of the world.
I totally agree with you, Dr. Trehan.
So that's why I'm happy that we came back with the whole. And one good thing that I had actually requested my boss, the American University in NYU, my boss and his boss, to say, we are going to India, we are making the Heart Institute, I'll need your help. Give me 22 of my colleagues who will come to India for 3 months, help me start it up, and then all I want from you is I'll bear all the expenses, just pay their salaries. Yeah. And the president of the university agreed. But when I started putting our team together in India, the thought came, if I bring the Americans here, which is all paid for, all our life, we will be told the Americans did it for India.
Right.
I became confident, and our colleagues are sitting here. I said, we shall do it ourselves. And then I went and apologized to my colleagues there who were like totally disappointed. For them, it was fun to come to India fully paid.
Yeah.
So I said, this is the reason why I don't want to do it. And we opened in 88, and 1992, when we were doing more surgery than my parent institution, we invited all of them for a conference.
Wow.
So just so that they could understand
Truly
what
inspiring.
what transform.
Truly inspiring.
No,
Truly.
so I think it's not something that we can't do. We should continue to do.
Correct.
And anybody in this room is capable. I'll give you just one more example. I don't know how much time we have, but I was lecturing in Calcutta to 3,000 techies. Okay. And I was giving them the same thing of how AI and medtech are AI is not new to medicine. You know, we've been using all the algorithms and all that stuff. But now it's going to the next step, and the next step, it's been unleashed now. Right. Okay. So I was talking to them about where AI will take a role in medicine, in healthcare, and the ones who don't jump onto it will be the ones who will be fossilized.
Correct.
Because like somebody said, I don't remember the name of the author of this, but they said that the illiterates of the world are not going to be people who have gone to college and become professors. The illiterates of this world are going to be those people who cannot unlearn and learn again. Yeah. Because the whole world is going to go upside down and you need to learn again. Yeah. So that's basically the few things that come up. So after I finished, there was a professor from Oxford. He opened his lecture. He says, each one of you 3,000 people here is thinking, how can I be the next unicorn? Right? He says, let me start. None of the unicorns is a genius. Most of them are dropouts.
Exactly.
Okay? What I would suggest to you if you want to be a unicorn is take one day of the week. From the moment your eyes open to the time your eyes close, note down every activity that you did. Spend the rest of the week thinking, what is the better way of doing what I was doing today? Right. And you'll have the answer. Right. Like you said, you look at, if you lived in New York, you saw that between 4 to 6, you could not find a taxi. Everybody was standing like this. The guy said, why does this happen when there are so many drivers around, people who need jobs? Uber came.
Correct. Right.
People hate to go stand in lines. So all these other electronic payment happened, all this, then the Zomatos of the world came.
Right.
So this is just to simplify your process. It's not that these are genius. They observe what was needed and then they created it. And the IT was available to make the platform. So I think the basic thing is not what triggers you, but this trigger should be 24/7 in your mind. Right. That how can you do better, better, better. We get so busy with our own work. We are very happy. If you look at all the pharmaceutical companies, they are very happy. They made a lot of money. Yeah. But they are very happy staying at the lowest level, not going up. So I think that's where we really need, and we have an opportunity. And I personally feel Trump has done us a big favor because he gave a kick in the pants, say, wake up, India. We can do things ourselves, we should, and we should come on top of the rest of the world. This is the potential that I believe in. Okay, sorry, I deviated from medicine, but...
Thank you. Thank you. I was just talking to Dr. Ganesh also that India is a land of opportunity. And my daughter is studying in the US, and the way Trump is, throwing tantrum, she was a little upset. I keep telling her that you come back because there are a lot of opportunities. But today's time, whatever you want to tell to kids, they won't do that. They will do just opposite. So I have stopped telling that to her. Coming back to you, Dr. Trehan. So you have been doing, you have been performing surgeries for last almost 5 decades, and I believe that you have worked with the most primitive equipment, and nowadays you are working with the most sophisticated equipment. So there are few things which haven't changed. So what are those things things changed and not changed?
The only thing that has not changed, which makes a difference, is the mindset. if you look at it, what is the limitation of a human being? The limitation of a human being is thinking beyond yourself and thinking big. If you have thought of it, there is a good chance you'll get there. I mean, you take your own example. You just gave like you were trained as a doctor, but you transformed yourself. So I'm saying that there is only the limitation is you yourself.
Correct.
You need to discover where your talent lies, where you can unleash spirit, and that's where you will go. If your spirit only limits you to a certain level, it won't go anywhere. So I think there are examples, there are people who think on a daily basis, how can I do things better? How can I be more relevant to the world? How can I train more people? You know, this comes from within. If you say you're selfish and scared, then you will be very reticent to train anybody. If you have confidence in yourself and you feel you think big, you'll freely teach other people. So I'm saying that this is the basic thing that Indian mindset has. It's a little, we have not liberated ourselves totally from our shackles of the 200 years of slavery or 2,000 years of slavery or whatever. So I think, like I said, I'm very proud. I have my colleague sitting here, Dr. Praveen Chandra. He cannot stop teaching. Get on a plane, go on a plane, start, do the process and get on to the plane back again through the night and come to work in the morning. So this is the kind of work you need to do. You can't be like thinking that, you know, okay, there are people who need to do aram also. So the world has to go around. But I think the ones who have the spirit should take it to the ultimate.
So my next question to you is, Dr. Trehan, India is considered to be a, capital of heart diseases. And where do we stand in terms of, this burden, number one? Number two, if I talk about, total healthcare ecosystem, we have now Ayushman Bharat, ABDM. So what is your point of view? Where are we heading to? I mean, what is the future of India in terms of healthcare from your vantage point?
See, there are two parts to it. If you study the world, there is no country, and I can reinforce that thought, excuse me, no country in the world that has been able to come up with the perfect healthcare system.
Absolutely, fully
Then
agree.
perfect means you go give decent quality of care to all your citizens. America, whose GDP is 28 lakh
trillion dollars.
trillion dollars, we are trying to be 5. Even they have not solved it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Their healthcare system is broken.
right, okay. No, what the people say to us as doctors, the statisticians, that is all the fault of medicine, people are living longer.
Yeah.
Because we calculated on people going away at 60. Now you're extending life to 80, 90. So how can we provide the social security?
Yeah.
Right? Be as it may, what India has done, and I think I can take a little credit for writing the first draft of Ayushman Bharat.
Thank you and congratulations, sir.
Many people curse me because they don't make enough money from there, so the rates are not that great.
That's the world's largest social scheme, and it's helping.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. That one of the things is that the purity of thought doesn't remain; it gets contaminated as we go down. Right. So people are using it for political reasons, for whatever reasons. These are all things that are happening, which will make it a little more difficult. But the point basically is, it is a system. If you look at it now, 10 years ago, there was only the CGHS, ECHS scheme.
Yeah.
There were 3 to 5% private insurance.
Right.
Today, ECHS, CGHS still exists, although payment may be delayed. The private insurance has grown to 12 to 18% now in different pockets. Ayushman has brought in supposed to bring in 50 crore people, but maybe at least 10, 20 crores have been brought into the loop. So there is many more people who are on the track to be receiving healthcare as we go. Now the 70 plus scheme was announced of Ayushman. So all these things are very good signs. Now what are the challenges of the world? The challenges of the world are two. One is runaway cost of delivery. Rightfully so, people must realize when we became heart surgeons, we used to get paid $8,500 per case for which we had to do only 1 hour of work. And $8,500 in those days would mean at least $30,000 today. That's how much it is. The dollar's worth, his buying power has gone down.
Right.
Today, the same procedure, doctors are getting 2,700.
Yeah.
The reason is that as the attendant costs of healthcare go up, the public cannot keep up with it by paying the premiums.
Right.
The other problem is that the inefficiencies that exist in the system whether it is insurance, they pay too much, a large fraction of it goes away to acquiring business, all that. These are many vagaries which can be corrected.
Right.
Okay? But we will all have to come together again to say, how are we going to contain cost of healthcare? Okay. How is it that the safety net is created for more and more and more people?
More people, yeah.
Okay.
Affordability.
Affordability. Affordability means premiums. You see, not everybody should get free Ayushman.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's being abused also. Yeah. So you can create products where you have basic Ayushman and then you buy more. If you want to get better health, you pay for it.
Yeah.
But there are many people who can pay maybe 5,000 rupees a year,
Correct.
that kind of stuff,
Correct.
just to top up your insurance policy.
Yeah.
And these things have not really come up yet, but they're starting. Okay. So on one hand, on the patient side, there has to be coverage to as almost every individual that we can give. Second, on our side, the delivery cost should be contained as much as we can. Okay. On the government side, is that unnecessary burden should not be put on healthcare delivery.
Yeah.
Again, it should be passed on to the patient. So recently, the GST Council has done some good work.
Right.
But now it's up to us to actually give that relief to the patient.
Correct.
And that's what our moral duty is.
Right.
So I think that there are things happening to rationalize, to realize that we cannot have rampant runaway cost of healthcare like happened in many other countries.
Yeah.
And if you see in UK and some of the European countries, you can't get healthcare for 6 months. You can't get an MRI for 6 months.
Yeah. Even ultrasound,
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So we have a great advantage. We have a good ecosystem as far as private hospitals and government are. We need to double our capacity in the next 5 to 10 years. We need to double our doctors, nurses. This is all opportunity for employment. What does a country move on? The employment. If we can provide employment to millions and millions and millions more people, the more people will come to drive the economic cycle and the better economic cycle will work. America didn't get built just like that.
Right.
It is the economic cycle which makes any country.
Correct. Correct.
So I think that, this we can go on and on.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have limited time and I should also take a break.
No, so
but
no, I
but the
fully-
basic thing is you touched on a subject which I can talk for days.
No, I understand.
So,
I agree that I believe.
So all of us need to rebalance
Correct,
ourselves. That's what I'm
correct.
saying. Why? The opportunity of that is what is good for India is good for 4 billion people in our area.
Right.
4 billion people will benefit. So we have a business opportunity there.
Right.
And now you've been opening hospitals in, let me invite you, let's go to Africa.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So we have a deal.
Uh, let's move to my favorite part, although I wanted to speak more about it, but let's move to my favorite part, which is rapid fire round. So I have a couple of questions for you, and some are on lighter note as well. So do you think surgery of CAD will eventually become unnecessary with invention of newer drugs, just like bariatric surgeries have reduced due to newer medications? What do you think about
Well, I hope one day it does. For the benefit of humanity, I think it's a good idea. If it can happen, yes, why not?
What's your opinion about young doctors today? Is the new generation chasing work-life balance? How do you view Gen Z doctors?
First of all, if you ask the real Gen Zs, do you want to become a doctor? No.
They don't want to.
Right. If
But
you,
there are...
No, but if you say you want to become, if you have to become a doctor, what would you like to be? Do you want to be a surgeon? No. Cardiology, yes. Dentist, absolutely, because dentists make a lot of money without with very little work.
Yeah.
Sorry if there's a dentist here, but the other thing is radiology, where the patient doesn't talk back to you, so it's the X-ray film which you. So Gen Z has become a little impatient.
Right.
So the dialogue actually which we have is, if I work 6 hours a day, 6 days a week, which most of us do, or all of us do, from morning to night, it doesn't make any sense if to an outsider. They'll say, what's wrong with you?
And we are taking calls even on Sundays as well.
No, I just told you I got woken up at 7 in the
morning.
morning for this gentleman. So that's okay. Then I woke Praveen Chandra up because I needed a number. So this is a whole thing. We're all awake all the time. That's not a worry. But somebody asks you, why are you doing it? You have enough money. Why don't you enjoy yourself? But this is our joy.
Yeah, fun. This is fun.
No, it just
Passion.
gives you inner joy.
Yeah.
So if that's the inner joy you have, then why not? Then why go? Because after a few days, you start feeling, I mean, not that we don't travel, we like to travel, we like to holiday, but it has to be in proportion.
Correct.
When people say, I'm going away for a month, I mean, I can't even imagine what you do for a month. So anyway.
My next question. Many doctors draw inspiration from you. Where do you draw inspiration from?
Inspiration or
Yeah.
patience?
Inspiration. We draw inspiration.
No, I'm
from
my
you.
own victim. Because I took to heart what my guru taught me. And that is, he used to say, Dr. Frank Spencer, God bless his soul, he said, if you are standing still, please understand you're going backwards because the world has moved. And if you are not better today than yesterday, you wasted 24 hours. So I live by that. I actually live thinking every morning where we're going to move the needle.
Correct.
Okay? And that's what my actual communication to my colleagues is also. Let's just keep dreaming where we can take to the next level, and good things will happen.
Yeah. If you have to choose between surgery and management, what will you choose?
Certainly surgery.
The one habit every Indian should adopt for better heart health.
Better heart health? Yes. Stop eating paranthas.
The most common misconception about heart disease you wish to correct?
No, so you see, we always believe, and I gave you his story of this gentleman who was an ex-army guy,
Exactly.
fit as hell. So that misconception should go away. There are 2-3 things that you can easily understand. If you have, and like we said, know your genes. If you have heart disease in the family, you know that the children will have double the risk of heart disease. So it's genetically prevalent, and now we can do the genome sequencing. We can actually write the health horoscope of an individual.
Correct.
That's what we are doing now at our institution. Second thing is, that diabetes is the other big danger,
Correct.
right? And you know if somebody has diabetes in your family, so
Yeah.
then your risk also doubles.
Doubles, yeah.
Now, if you are both, God forbid, then you're a train wreck. So you need to be even extremely, extremely careful. So what I recommend today, to make it short, 25 years, by 25 years, if you have any family history, you must have your full evaluation. Means all your biochemicals, your physical, all that genetic. And genome sequencing is available for 10,000 rupees
yeah.
now. It's not like it used to be like a lakh of rupees.
Yeah.
So get your, like your parents get your Janam Patri made when you are born, you get your own health Patri made
Correct.
when at this point, right? Then you know how to steer your life.
Right.
And if you have no disease at all and you are healthy, then by the age of 30, you must have your checkup.
Right.
And this checkup, then the doctor will tell you how frequently you'll need it.
Correct.
Okay, so that's why I think preventive checkup will not guarantee 100%, but greater than 95%,
Correct.
we will detect things.
Yeah.
And what,
At least
what
you can-
Dr. Ganesh was telling me about the National Hypertension Mission.
Yeah.
We did a study, Dr. Saab, of 10,000 executives who came to us for their executive health check. 26% of them did not know that they had hypertension. So it's the most silent killer because you don't feel it till you start getting headaches or you bleed or something bad happens or your kidneys pack up. So I think that is the other. So preventive checkups will prevent many, many, many maladies in many, many people's lives.
My next question, one healthcare innovation or startup you truly admire? You truly admire one innovation or startup in today's time, one innovation or?
No, you see, there are many, but the one, if you were to choose, I am a believer in remote monitoring.
Remote monitoring.
Remote monitoring will be it's already there, but it will be like the cell phone. I mean, people use all this ultra-human and all these other devices and things like that. But the main function of those is to say, how well did you sleep? If you don't know how well you slept, then you're in trouble. If you need a ring to tell you whether you slept or not, I don't know. I hope you're not wearing any.
So one must-have quality every entrepreneur should possess.
You know, integrity is the only virtue one needs. The rest follows itself. You know, purity of thought will lead you automatically to the next step and the next step. You don't have to struggle.
I agree.
It's the other way around. And that's one of the problems when I talk so emphatically about the best brains. I also say that that God gave us a twist in our tail. It's very difficult for Indians to walk straight. That's the problem.
So last three quick questions. One Indian actor you relate to the most?
Indian actor.
Indian actor or?
Now you got me foxed. The only guy this maybe it's my generation. How can you admire an actor? Yeah, the actor is doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
So
okay, then your favorite actress?
Amitabh Bachchan, I have known him very closely, but I have seen some values in him which most actors have not revealed to me yet.
Right.
So that's why, he has a heart. He's been accused of many things, but he does have a heart. By the way, he volunteered to become the poster boy for Stop TB Haryana.
Yeah.
So he called me up. He said, I know you're doing this. TB Free Haryana, I'll be your poster boy if you want me to. So, those are kind of things that touch you.
Your favorite actress?
Actress, now, you don't reveal these things,
Okay. One piece of advice, last question, sir. One piece of advice you would give to your young cardiac surgeons?
Look, I believe that when you talk about will coronary artery bypass surgery vanish, people worry about it. They worry, younger people, if you're saying, what is my future in heart surgery? Nothing's going to disappear. New things will happen. So new technologies will come. You have to master those. You see, it's like mastering a new animal.
Correct. Right.
Right? So everything will be a challenge, but pursue what you believe in, what is your natural talent, because that will take you very far.
Right.
So I was asked to give a convocation address to an IIM, and they asked me what will be the title of your talk, because it's a convocation address. So I said to them, there are no geniuses. If you believe that that guy is so much better than me, he's a genius, doesn't happen like that.
Correct.
It is a combination of 3-4 values that integrity I talked about, incessantly pursuing what you believe in.
Right.
Okay? And a little bit of luck also.
Yeah.
So if you would translate it, if you go on a beach side, you will see many, or where there is a surfing beach, you'll see many surfers waiting for the waves,
Yeah.
right? And people will catch all sorts of waves. But the guy who catches the highest wave and has the guts to get on top of it, because it doesn't, you can be scared of it also.
Yeah, yeah.
And the guts to get on top of it will go the farthest.
Yeah.
So that's what you need. Guts, you need persistent obsession with something, and then you carry it out with integrity, that's the farthest you can go. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We had a really wonderful discussion with Dr. Trehan. I think we need to block, next time we need to block little more time slots so that we talk more about your stories and words of wisdoms. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Once again, a big round of applause for Dr.
Thank you.
Naresh Trehan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And of course, whatever was the science, all these people are very much more ahead of us to talk about science. So, okay, bye.
Thank you very much, Dr. Trehan, once again. And I would invite Dr. Nishchal to kindly hand over a small token of our gratitude to Dr. Trehan. Thank you, sir. And especially thank you for bringing out the lighter side, sir. And we will definitely want to understand that name of the actress in a short while. But thank you so much. Thank you.